All right, all right. No, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I truly appreciate the gesture. I would love to appreciate the organizers, WCP, for having me here. It is such an honor to be here and just to be in front of you guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. This, for the few minutes that I just have about 10 minutes. So 10 minutes. I won't teach on entrepreneurship this morning. I just want to challenge us that entrepreneurship is the way to go. We are going to have other platforms where I'll get on to talk and teach on entrepreneurship. But on account of time, I would wish to remind all of us here that entrepreneurship is the way to go. I understand that a number of us are in school, and I would wish to remind all of us that back in the days, would say running a business is a risk. So you need to get a job. But I would wish to challenge you this morning that getting a job, actually seeking employment solely, is a risk. Running a business is even a lot better. So let me explain it this way. When you graduate, it takes an average of 6 years to get a job in a field of your study across Africa. 6 years. Now, with that said, in that 6 years, how much more can you do if you decided to enterprise with your skills, regardless of the course that you would have done, be it engineering, be it an accountant like myself, be it whichever field that you could get in? How much more can you achieve in 6 years? So this is just to challenge all of us that seeking the route of entrepreneurship is the most secure way of securing your future. And if anything, unless if you are employed by the government, if you are employed in the private sector, you are then employed by an entrepreneur. And I'll tell you for a fact, if you're in the private sector, myself as an entrepreneur, if business is going down, things are tough, before I am chucked out of business, do you know who must move out of employment first? The employees. As the business owner, you are the last person to be chucked out of income. So this is just a reminder to all of us that let us not shun away from the route of entrepreneurship. But we have reasons and excuses that we give for not embarking in entrepreneurship. One such reason is I do not have financial capital. I do not have financial capital. Now, here's a little challenge that I have for everyone who is here. Go out there. Ask all the successful entrepreneurs a very honest conversation. Ask them how much they started their enterprise with. Ask them how much capital did you invest before you started your business. You realize that over 80% started with their intellectual capital. So with that said, you already have the capital. So don't give an excuse of financial capital, because it is one thing that we stand and say, no, I don't have money. You have what it takes to get started, and that is the intellectual capital. That is the first thing. The other reason that we give for our failures is that, you see, I don't have connections. I'm not connected. I don't have relatives in high places. I don't have, uncles in powerful places. I don't know powerful people to give me contracts. Now, here's the thing. Look at yourself. And maybe I'll ask my brother there, please stand. I just want to give you as an example. You are well dressed. I love your suit. He's smartly dressed, right? Question. Where you bought the suit from? Did you know the people? Did you buy the suit from them because they are connected to you? You just wanted a suit and you went out to buy a suit. Great. My brother behind there, you have very nice specs. Where you bought your specs from? Yes, yourself, please stand. Where you bought your specs from? Did you buy your specs from that company simply because you were connected to them, or you just wanted specs and you went out to buy specs? You just wanted specs and you searched for where to buy specs from. No connections. All right, great. My sister, please stand. I see you holding a phone there. Where you bought that phone from? Is it that you were connected to them? Yes, please stand. Yes. Where you bought that phone from? Were you connected to the shop Or you just decided, I want a phone, then you search for where to buy the phone from. You just decided to do that. And you notice one simple thing. The hair you have, the clothes you have, everything you have, the shoes you have, everything. Even the food you ate this morning, where you bought it from, there was no connection. So where do we get this notion that to get started in your enterprise, you need connections? You don't need connections. You just need to have something that you can offer that is enough. So don't give an excuse of thinking that you need connections to start out as an entrepreneur. And the third big reason that we give as youths for not getting started in our enterprises is the fact that I am young. I'm still young. People won't take me serious. I'll give myself as an example. I was born at a village, typical village, down close to Nampundwe mine. Very poor background. In fact, we were so poor such that the poor called us poor. That's where I come from. From there, I started my education at a community school where we learned everything in Nyanja, including English itself. We learned it in Nyanja. Yeah, hapa ndiye pa topu, hapa ndiye pa below. That's where I come from. From that side, I got to Matero Boys. In grade 9, I started enterprising, selling pamphlets. People would pay me. I would make photocopies at City Market and sell at Matero Boys. I started off at a young age. From then on, opened a kiosk at the village. From then, began trading in goats. When I got done with my secondary education when I was 17 years old, I embarked on a first international trip to Francistown, Botswana, to buy duvets and clothes. From then on, at 20 years old, we founded a first company with two other friends who were at the University of Zambia. And we developed... Okay, great. Yes, University of Zambia. All right. So we started a software company, and that gave us a breakthrough. The most used school management system in Zambia to date is the company we founded with two other friends when I was 20 years old. 22, I bought my first truck, Mercedes-Benz Atego. By the time I was 23, I had what we call Volvo FS12s. These are what you call truck and trailers. And people couldn't believe that a 22, 23-year-old could own such. And I like sharing this. At one point at Kabango checkpoint, one of my drivers had trouble with the traffic cops, and they called for the owner. When I got at the checkpoint, the traffic officer, upon seeing me and seeing my stature, he shouted at my driver saying, "Iwe nakuza titana bene bake, not mwana wa bene bake." Meaning I told you to call the owner, not the son to the owner. 25 founded DLN Technologies. That is why now when you go to a bank, you will get your ATM card instantly with your names. That is my company. And if you go out today to get a driver's license, this is public information. Starting 2 weeks ago, we have new licenses in this country, new security features, new everything. The designers and all those that have manufactured the driving license being used across the nation, it is from yours truly. Now, what am I putting across? It is just a reminder to all of us that you can start as a young person. Don't give the excuse of being young as an excuse for not getting started. You can get started right there. And I'll give you just 3 lessons. Just 3 lessons, 3 takeaways, so that as you live out, you can remember just these lessons as you position yourselves for growth. Number 1, take charge of your life. Don't be apologetic. Be that person who make a decision that from this gathering today, from this career fair, you are taking charge of your life. You are not giving any excuses for circumstances. You are not blaming anyone for circumstances. You are making a decision today that you are 100% in charge of your success. You are 100% in charge of what you are going to be. You know, we find ourselves in spaces where we want to blame everyone for our circumstances except ourselves. Blaming everyone. In fact, even love issues, you want to cry. Why should you always be the one crying? Yeah. In fact, let me even advise you. When you see that the relationship is going south, before you are dumped, dump. Yeah. Why should you be crying all the time? No, take charge. Make a decision that today, I won't be the one crying. Yes, I'm in charge of my life. You can't always be subjected to negative circumstances. So that is number one. Take charge of your life. Don't give any extra. By the way, all excuses expire. I sympathize if you're an orphan and life has been tough. I sympathize with you, but even that excuse will expire because you can't be 50 years old and keep saying I'm an orphan. That excuse would have expired. Every excuse expires. That is one. Take charge of your life. Number two, watch your diety. Don't just watch what you eat. Watch what you consume. Watch what you read. Watch what you watch on social media. Don't be that youth who concentrates on nonsense on social media, celebrating nudity and scandals. Be that youth who focuses on things that challenge you to be a better person. You can't be watching memes and jokes day in, day out, laughing your way to poverty. You can't do that. Be a youth with a meaning. Be a youth involved in things that challenge you to be a better person. Then the final thing, and by the way, on that note of consuming content that makes you a better person, I invite you to what is called Africa Must. Africa Must Think. Who've heard of Africa Must Think here? Who've attended Africa Must Think before? Awesome. For those that have not attended Africa Must Think, it is one of the gatherings that challenge you to learn on entrepreneurship. It is happening on the 29th of September at the National Hero Stadium. So I invite you all to get a ticket. Oh, well, since I'm in a very good mood today, and I'm feeling good today, everyone who is here, go to the WCP booth and grab your ticket to the Africa Must Think. Yes, we need to meet there. We need to interact there. It is one of the places where you get content that builds you to be a better person. Then the final thing, Zambia has been waiting for you. Zambia has been waiting for you. Sometimes you may think that you are a nobody. You are too small. You are too young. You can't impact lives. Zambia has been waiting for you. Climate change can be changed with your input. Zambia can be a great nation with your input. Sometimes you think I'm just alone. Let me tell you, the people that have changed the world were people just like yourself and myself. Flesh and blood. Simple people like yourself and myself. I don't know why we now write ourselves off. You can be the change that Zambia has been waiting for. I should indicate that our thinking as a nation has been retrogressive. It might interest you to note that if we removed everyone from Zambia today, everyone removed from Zambia, Zambia will be considered a very rich country. Without Zambians, Zambians will be considered a very rich country. But the moment we bring back Zambians, the moment Zambians land that Zambians have landed, Zambia is instantly a third world country. We the people are the poverty carriers. And that is why I challenge us that we are the change that this nation has been waiting for. On that note, no one is given a good life. No one is given a bad life. You are just given life. It is up to you to make it good or bad. May God bless you all. Thank you.